And if the end interview day with me, Usai if they give update about one meeting where the Mines and Minerals Committee don't begin for all for mining company them in the country, but he say this committee not glad with the way and manner how mining company them don't they appear in this committee where now they give better document, but the work they do at different community them and they report them where they don't they get from different community member them, but them mining company them. Yeah, well, for more on within this committee they get from the mining company them also and other information we get for come up. Continue for listening to this program in Radio Democracy 98.1 FM as we day for give waiting go they happen. The program you still listen to now Insai Parliament and they come to you live from the society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM na Freetown. You say most of the get we online on www.radiodemocracy.sl. You get we on our Facebook page Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and you say most of the get we na YouTube Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. May we bring come this edition of the program to you, and as always, I name Abdullah Bla. I still get in the studio with me. My studio guest them Johnny Paul Kuruma and Melvin Tijan Mansari. I come to you, Johnny Paul Kuruma. You don't hear waiting the chairman for the Mines and Minerals Committee don't talk for Sika. Waiting then don't begin for Fenot and waiting this committee in tick. But the way and manner how mining company them do the work, they do the work in the country. What now you take towards this quick overview where the chairman for the Mines and Minerals Committee get what mining company them work?
I don't always make it. You always say when it comes to Emerson Lamina, he can always say something we can appease perhaps me, and I feel say plenty other people that will listen. He take a decision back in the years past when he was a mayor. We also connected to the all right. Again, I don't know. Almost always when it comes to decisions like statements where Sir Emerson Lamina, Honorable can say in our parliament, almost always they satisfy me and plenty other people. I'm sure we listen to in presentation in our parliament. I don't know how it can happen. Almost always. And when I listen to the presentation, the interview we conduct with Honorable Emerson Lamina, it make her feel say now one person we always they think the minds of the people. They always imagine the minds of the thoughts of the people and they act on them in the parliament. And this kind of decision we be take some years back for probing to the mining companies. At the time we be there as a mayor, we be lead to in suspension. Perhaps one of the reasons led to in suspension. And he was never reinstated as mayor of Kwedu City. And coming with this one, I get no doubts, perhaps. But the point that we mentioned, how could a mining company come for face the House of Parliament, for come bring something we very much important, only for they come, get any document, with no document at all. Then you say you come for tell Parliament how they operate in the country. Waiting to justify operations. And he also talked on something that has to do with the CSR, the corporate social responsibility of mining companies. If you look at now most of the documents that we established companies can present during their registrations, they always get the corporate social responsibility as one of their calls. And if you ignore this kind of aspects, you don't get anything for do with them at all. I wonder which they get for be. I always ask question when I look at the road who say the African mineral be the use for go na Bumbuna and the villages when they go so dusty and it's so bad off always waiting and then we just decide for prefer for turn dirty and cover they hold them and decide for ride on them. Then an exploitation of resources and waste. The people in life, perhaps, because how they continue for inhale that dust, now so their life then they reduce. It also go na the Moemba district also who say rutile company, the mine also the same thing they happen. So it better this time around for make somebody day we stand firm for squeeze these ones for make them know waiting supposed for be their responsibility and waiting supposed for be their rights. I'm sure the honorable the chairman of the mining company no good try for trample on the rights of the mining companies, but rather he would think say let's try for make them know their responsibilities and let them honor their responsibilities other than ignoring the responsibilities only concentrating on their rights.
In same way, so talk about how mining company them for follow the of course social corporate responsibility and other things like compensation and other one them. They not go it on the ground for check how all things so they happen. All thing and they not go it on the ground for check, but this step we they don't take for call the mining company them first, because we have been asking me say I say if not the best way this for just call the mining companies them, but he say no, not to the just this, but they for go on the ground. What do they expect if they for go on the ground? This committee has we get for go on the ground. What do they expect see them for do?
It's obviously gonna be negative. I they say them because me say don't do a research on them. It's obviously gonna be negative. I don't do a research on them. Some 5-6 years ago, I visit Bumbuna, talk to the people, the one that we supposed for resettle. Waiting the people are used to, the one that the settlers in them village and in a farming. Then you say he pull them from the side we use for doing farming. He pull them in farmland. He want for settle them. No matter the money we give him, he not go ever do for them because he not sabi do business. You say he don't use for tap na in farm. He say they go build house for him na city. He not sabi. He don't know how to take care of himself. Day somebody has to come to teach that person how to do that kind of business. If not business he want for make he do, then they ignore them people and they when are they suppose. I mean, then picking them. Either they are qualified or not qualified. When it comes to employment, then push the people on their side with the understanding that they are not qualified for the kind of jobs that they calling for. Then it means say you know the benefit directly, even the indirect benefits we if you employ in Peking or somebody we close to go they support them small, it don't deprive them of that one day. That make I do a kind of research on that. And when that one was tabled, I can remember a press briefing or a report by the Human Rights Commission held na the CSTC conference hall. By then, the CEO of AYV was the PRO of Africa Mineral. Then debunked that. Then debunked the report. Waiting to debunk say. And even the parliamentarians. So besides the company, also the representatives of the people, Naden communities and the chiefs. They are honestly not being honest with the people. Then people who they govern. Almost everybody look at for waiting is stand for benefit. And like Whitney mentioned, I hope say the committee headed by the Honorable Emerson Lamina, instead of they look at and say for let me say get on side for sorry for that Honorable. Perhaps if they look at and say let me say get on side for chap, let me say enrich myself, last squeeze people here. So when we say for go probe in their activities now, then we can have for put some brown envelope in the corner. Let that not be the yardstick.
Okay.
Honorable.
Continue for the to be inside the program. Johnny Paul Koroma as I go straight come to Melvin Tijan Mansari. You within at the House of Parliament, of course. Usai the Mines and Minerals Committee been the talk to the mining company them yaso. First of all, you've been observe the process. Tell we waiting you've been fair not.
I mean fair not say it been open and it been transparent. All man be see Bangba. And when I talk about all man, I mean journalists them, I mean some civil society activists them who deal with the mining sector, but above all members of parliament and officers of the house. Yeah. And this is be happening at the administrative building at Salon Parliament where they open at Tower Hill. A few issues where I just want for rub much on. Now that the mines committee meet with the company them. I think say it fall within the mandate constitutionally for provide oversight as per the standing order and the 1991 constitution. So I think say if na my own program when at the People's Parliament, I for say I go do desk banging for the Mines and Mineral Resources Committee. However, the issues them clear. Firstly, for understand who are the chairman. The chairman of the Mines and Mineral Resources, where you already outlined, now Honorable Sir Emerson Lamina. People from Kono and other parts of the country go call her the San Boy. Why they call her the San Boy? Because all in life and all the activities around them, the area where you grab up, the mines and mineral resources. So I want to say he qualify on the subject matter in the house. However, we've been talking about the company them way in one for mentioned. And another road day I want for big for take other road for say the company that will be appear before the Mines and Mineral Resources Committee on Thursday at the administrative building conference room. Now all gum have it mineral resources working called AMR Gold and Sierra Rutile. And on the area of the document, I want for clarify say not to all panditry not been submit documents. For the case of Sierra Rutile Mining Company, we been see one white man and one black woman. I will only remember the white man in first name by the name of Rob or Tom, one of which, but however, he been did it and I been do the presentation on behalf of Sierra Rutile. We have been see a concise document. By the way, I'm not sabi the man, so I'm not before sabi in first name. Let somebody know say something. Sierra Rutile don't ask her for can do PR. But nonetheless, he may present documents, the evidence, we catalog always thing to do, and he will present them by month. For the other two documents not been there. And therefore, the chairman, in consultation with his committee members, let me say they not go can discuss in waiting a bookmarking called Oblivion, nothing not before them. So thus let me stand them down for the coming week, I think on Monday or Tuesday. However, the long and short of it, therefore do with the fact that we mining company them, then they employ people them. Some of them people they are now salon people them, and others they are foreigner them. And inside salon, family for no say, we get a lot of them where they talk about work man, where they can work local, and other one where they can work as international. We get an issue we get for do with that of political willingness in allowing the legislature for do their work. And so far inside this 5th parliament, that's a big challenge by waiting me come out of Dr. James VB in case where the parliament will accuse them of contempt or that thing.
So the Mines and Minerals Committee, of course, don't begin this probing for looking inside what mining company them they do and don't begin for condemn. How you go assess them work considering what we don't happen with other committee them the mining community them will be done there before now?
Other than the hearing, I say I not see nothing different it. Because mind you, na hearing and get and I never submit the reports na the well of parliament. We not see the reports, we don't know the nature or the contents of the reports. Sometimes we go see that report this and we go begin say this one it been better past the last one or the last one will be better past this one. But so far waiting I see na the willingness for members of parliament for do their work. We're good. But how then they do their work? Now another question.
Well, continue for the week inside the program in name na Melvin Tijan Mansare and in a parliamentary reporter, analyst, commentator, anyhow you want to call now. But in somebody we they talk on issues and we get for do with the Salon Parliament and other political issues them a day inside the program this morning inside Parliament for discuss issues them we come from the Salon Parliament alongside Johnny Paul Kuruma we na me regular parliamentary analyst. The program is still listening to now Inside Parliament and they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and me they bring them to you as always. A name Abdullah Blah. Well, this you say for the listen can be part of send text message to the number 077 981 981 or go now Facebook page Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and left we comment there. You can say we so view the program there or go now we YouTube page Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and watch all the action. Now, February 7 this year, the President Julius Maada Bio bin make one statement inside Usa Ebi declare state of public emergency on rape and sexual violence all about the country. For this, make government been take this proclamation at the House of Parliament Friday, February 22 for make member them of Parliament agree for this state of emergency on rape and sexual violence or not. But after long, tough debate and bang it among members of Parliament from the main opposition APC and the ruling SLPP, members of Parliament from the APC party don't say they're not glad with the ruling where the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, been make for sake of this debate where members of Parliament been debate the public state of emergency where President Bio declare before he send this proclamation in Parliament. Listen to wetin exactly happen at Parliament yesterday.
Having regard to the prevalence of crimes and sexual violence committed against women, girls, and babies throughout Sierra Leone, do hereby, by this proclamation, declare that a state of public emergency exists regarding rape and sexual
Na
violence.
so the leader of government business na the Salon Parliament, Honorable Sidi Muhammad Tunis, been dey read the proclamation of the President Julius Maada Bio, wey na one strong statement wey he make February 7, 2019, say it dey declare state of public emergency in the country because of the way and manner how some man dem don dey rape woman and girl pikin dem. And after this statement, government been decide for take this proclamation na the House of Parliament for make member dem of Parliament look inside am for either agree for am or not. Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, na deputy leader of government business at the Salon Parliament, he been start for talk, say this go protect girl pikin and woman dem na Salon from rape and other bad thing dem wey man dem don dey do to them.
Let us forget about these parties and politics. This is a bipartisan approach, Mr. Speaker. I call on my colleagues on the other side of the house. I beg you, I salute you. Let us protect our babies. Let us protect our women. Let us push the proclamation. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are not going through the jungle justice. We said it is only by the rule of law. The fundamental difference between we as humans and the chimpanzees in the jungle is the rule of law. That is why we are here.
This make Honorable Matthew Sanyuma beg incumbent MP dem from the main opposition APC for support this proclamation, as he say na 2/3 majority they need as ruling party for make the state of public emergency where President Bio don call for be law.
For us to combat this menace is for all of us to contribute positively to this debate for the proclamation. How do we do it? Let us vote for it, because you very well know Section 29, subsection 3, the last paragraph, tells you that if you want to support it, it's 2/3 majority. And if you want to supersede it, it's 2/3 majority. Honorable members, I believe the time has come from us to take a positive step. I believe you are doing your job by bringing issues for us to do the right thing. And I said it the last time, and I will always do so. And always stand for the people of Sierra Leone. I will not stand for a political party where Sierra Leoneans are dying and suffering from the madness of people.
But Honorable Daniel Kuruma, where they represent constituency 46, na Koinadugu district, and when a chairman for the legislative committee na Parliament, get question as to the term where President Bio make this declaration when a February 7, and the term where government take this declaration at Parliament for approval.
And as far as this one is concerned, this date is referring to the declaration dated 7th February 2019. It's referring to the said declaration. Declaration is passed. The question now will be whether it was supposed to have been passed in the first place or it should have been passed after today. That will be our next question. And that is why I'm coming now. But it has already been passed.
Honorable Daniel Kuruma, I'm a woman point against this proclamation where he say for past state of public emergency, not necessary now for this issue of rape, but for give more strength to the law them we already did in the country for sake of them crime here.
Since the Constitution provides that if this state of emergency is passed, after Parliament passed it, Parliament need not come again on the issue for a period of 12 months. But the rules emanating from the state of emergency needs to come every 3 months. I submit that repeated coming after every 3 months will not stand the test of time. And rape has been in existence since Adam and Eve. So the best thing to attack rape, of which we are in support, is amending the relevant laws that will stand the test of time, that does not need repetition after every 3 months. Once it is amended, it is final.
But not to just state of public emergency, President Bio talk about inside this proclamation, but same also call for life imprisonment for people where they go find guilty, say tamper with small pikin dem for sake of this make Honorable Veronica Kadisi say when a president for the parliamentary female caucus say member them of Parliament for support this proclamation by way how them for agree for the motion we did before them now at the House of Parliament.
Is it that life life imprisonment is not enough, because now the people who are supposed to protect our lives and property are part of this system. We get an alleged case of police people gang raping. Is that fair? And they are supposed to protect our lives and property. It's not fair. So what are we saying here? So talking about state of emergency, SO2, kill dog, let dog see, Usa and Compy dog, they die. So by saying, let us start to set example. So by saying this person should go for life imprisonment, as for me, my thought was with hard labor, and the person should be castrated. No more enjoyment. So you go there and suffer for life because you have suffered the particular child that had been penetrated.
Now this area, inside Honorable Veronica Kadisi say in argument, Honorable Usman Timbo, where they represent constituency 130, support them, but been part company with them. Usa is say, them na the APC party no go agree for the state of public emergency where President Julius Maada want for declare.
We are in support of very stringent measures against rape and sexual violence against women. But we are against declaring a state of emergency, like Honorable Dr. Kanda Yumkela rightly stated, for the misuse, the tendency of misuse of a state of public emergency. Let us not forget that the proclamation and the section under which that proclamation is made is section 29(1). It doesn't limit anything. And once that order is given, once this house passes that, the sections, all of the subsections and paragraph under section 29 are in effect. They become validated and active. Let's search our consciences, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and all of us. This is not necessary.
We himself in the talk. The leader for the National Grand Coalition NGC party in Parliament, Honorable Dr. Kande Koleyum Kela, say them party support for make governments make triangle law them for tap rape and other bad habits we man them can do to woman and girl picking them na the country. But question why governments want for put state of emergency na the country now, and if this na the best way for deal with them kind issue them here.
Here's how we see the debate. Number one, we in the NGC, we fully support an amendment to the Sexual Offences Act of 2012. And that amendment can include some of the issues raised by His Excellency the President so eloquently. Anyway, a sentence between 15 and life imprisonment is most welcome. The second debate, and we also had it internally in our party, is the fundamental question: is a state of emergency proclamation the best way to deal with a social evil? That's the debate we have, and we all have to answer that personally for ourselves.
We himself been the talk. The Member of Parliament for constituency 113 na the Western Rural Districts, Honorable Rugiatu Rosie Kanu, say them from the APC side support for make government make strong law them for faith rape and other sexual offense them, but not agree for any state of emergency we government want for put in the country.
Rape or sexual assault, we know is a crime. And as for us in this side, because it is a crime, we will assure you that whatever stringent measures that the president wants to take to tackle this menace, we will support it. But then we will not support the public declaration of emergency.
Honorable Rugiatu Rosie Kanu carry on for explain. Say, for faith rape and other sexual abuse them, government for look inside institution them, like the family support units, and other one them, and for give more strength to the law them we already they exist now in the country for sake of them crime. Yeah.
For me, I think what we need now is the enforcement of the laws that is lacking. We already have the laws, but enforcing the laws is the problem. We have the family support unit within the police, and they've been doing very, very well in terms of addressing, sexual assault, gender-based issues in our communities. So for me, instead of creating a parallel, department within the police force, it would have been better to just equip the family support unit, give them the requisite training, and then the personnel for them to be able to carry out their duties.
This make way be the sum up the debates. Now the well of Parliament, the acting leader of the main opposition APC party in Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Ben Kabo, been get this for say.
This part of the House, the All People's Congress Party, recognizes the role the president has played in fighting rape. Point number two, we also want it to be made very, very clear that we are not against the fight against rape per se. And 3, we are merely stating, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, that since it is not very clear as to what a state of emergency will constitute, because nobody has explained it to us properly, we may not be able to participate in the introduction of a state of emergency.
We instead been they round up the debates from the side of government. The leader of government business, Honorable Sidi Muhammad Tunis, say government not go misuse this state of public emergency if MP them agree for them.
Honorable members, I think the very issue that we have here this afternoon is the question of how we are going to use the state of emergency. The honorable colleague from Cambia, Honorable Kane Young-Keller, spoke about it briefly. As leader of government business, I want to assure this country, I want to assure my colleagues on the other side that this emergency is going to be purely for its intended purpose, which is rape and sexual violence. In the next few weeks, the regulation supporting this emergency will come up, and it's going to be very clear.
After all the different points of view them from different debates with MP them be made na the well of Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, been put the question and a so team bin go.
The question is, be it resolved that pursuant to Section 29(3) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone Act No. 6 of 1991, that this Honorable House approve the declaration of a state of emergency regarding rape and sexual violence made by His Excellency the President and published in the Sierra Leone Gazette Extraordinary Volume CXLX number 24, dated 19th February 2019. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against say nay. The ayes have it.
As you hear, the Speaker of Parliament been too quick for favor the ruling SLPP, then stands for support the proclamation of the President Julius Maada Bio. More so, where you hear the way how the main opposition, APC, then self say nay, we mean say they not support the proclamation, and this quick decision by the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, been a result to one bitter confusion na the well of Parliament, where himself not been able for control with all the power where he get as Speaker.
Order!
Mr. Speaker, is very clear. The motion has been passed. Mr. Speaker, he hasn't the right to speak. There is a conjunction of all. The motion. It has been passed. The motion has passed. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, dealing with the constitution.
The confusion where you hear now from the two party them, APC and SLPP. Na Parliament, which are the APC MP them, still believe say the Speaker for don't allow them for vote on the proclamation where the President make, and the SLPP MP them believe say once the Speaker don't support them view na the collection of voices where it do. After this debates, case closed. We make have been talk to some APC member them of Parliament as to waiting and think of this decision where the Speaker been make.
Wetin the Speaker do today, now a voice collection he do. On no right, under the state of public emergency, for pass and for be by collection of voices. In fact, the Speaker not for even reach to collection of voices. It is clear that it is 2/3 votes. In the standing order section 44(4) and in the Constitution of Sierra Leone, section 29 subsection 3, it is clearly written. That's it. All the members of the All People's Congress Party that there is not yet a state of emergency until there is 2/3 votes by members of Parliament.
Honorable Irona Onakuma, me na the member of Parliament for Queens 48 na Yoni Children. We take very much clear. We take just to say, for all who know, the SOE as proclaimed by the President not get any force of law because the procedure where Parliament for follow for make that particular declaration or where it make through a proclamation where it gazette for make it become law, the procedure for make that one become law is very clear and instructive. When you go into standing orders 44(4), it tells you clearly what are the procedures and processes as to how a voting they be conducted for making an SOE become a law. It's very clear. They say if all get 2/3 majority of members of parliament, then go further for tell the speaker say how they determine that 2/3 day. That 2/3 they say you get for determine them based on the members of parliament them when they within the parliament at that time, and he take into connection with the one where they outside of the country on official duties. So it's very much instructive. There is no way where they say then for use collection of voices.
From waiting happen na the well of parliament Friday, it clear say the proceeding not being end up well. We make the speaker of parliament after we been tired for control the house. Beside different MP them not gladly with indecision be adjourned the next sitting to Tuesday, February 26 this year. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Abdullah Bla the reports. The program is still listened to now Insai Parliament, and they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, that's now waiting be happen the House of Parliament. We don't temporarily transfer first na the Bank of Salon Complex na Kintom Insai Freetown. Well, Melvin Tijan Mansari, you been there na the Well of Parliament yesterday. You been observe every bit of waiting happen. Stats for Gui analysis from stats waiting be happen inside the sitting.
Well, firstly, I think so, I've been doing analysis in your live broadcast yesterday.
Yes, this now for the benefit of the fans of Inside Parliament. Listeners.
The one that they listen now. Firstly, the sitting starts with ala on amendments as to whether ratification for be changed to approval. And now they will be see somebody who been presenting himself as the one-man army of the main opposition, Honorable Daniel Kuruma, be argue lengthily on procedural processes when it comes to parliament. Long and short, the speaker been ruled that the amendment proposed by the government bench, particularly Honorable Sidi Tunis, seconded by Honorable Newma, was accepted. Fast forward, we go to the issue proper. We get for do with where the issue now with regards to rape and violence against women proclamation. Well, where do you hear from? First, I commend you. You do a very good report.
Thank you.
However, I think it was dramatic to some extent, and yes, journalists we got freedom for we journalistic skills. For courts 1 to 2, 2 to 4. However, I want to say I almost not be one for even take part on this conversation, but because now it's 2 days, so it will be unfair to the listeners if I not rub much. Well, family, and the reason because I get close relations to the opposition and the government bench. And I observe as a young man over the course of time that sometimes when you critically analyze the issues when it comes to parliament, somebody get for vex. And as a young man, I don't want for the drive down their roots and they always. But nonetheless, for the sake of posterity, I think waiting the government will push for is justifiable. But waiting how they will push for is unjustifiable in my opinion. I explain. The government will ask that the proclamation of the president for make sure that among other things, you will picking when a minor, the young baby 3 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, you go life imprisonment. That there should be I don't talk English there, I don't say a bookman and there, but we forget special institution at the police where they do with that, even at the judiciary for fast track. All that, if you listen to the ordinary saloon man, now that they want. However, on the other hand of this debate, as always, the main opposition and the opposition parties, I use parties not because of Argo Edwards or other higher institution of learnings, because not to APC1 Fambulen, because we hear the view of Honorable Dr. Kane Yumkela. I say it being justifiably unjustifiable because of, firstly, the regulation, the proclamation go without regulations. So as at now, as journalists, instead of take them talk, we can call it TTT. Because we don't know what the content of this proclamation. We don't know where we say pick the fish from the bone. We don't know as at now. So we wait until government provide the regulations.
And the leader of government business say after we don't pass them, then go carry with the relevant document them for support the proclamation. Why they want for the MP them pass them.
Then can always say Parliament regulates themselves, but I can always argue say not so against the Constitution. Unfortunately, I don't work out Constitution because I just come out it's cookery. But nonetheless, I would say the Constitution very clear. Also, you get what's in called a division where the honorable members them where I foresee I commend them back because according to research, we get over 70% literate members of parliament. We mean say more than half of the parliamentarians they will get a bookman there. So mean to say the bookman they will get a parliament. I want to say family not to yet parliament we get to according to institutions that do research. Like of the UNDP.
70%, we're not up to 100%.
Well, there is no parliament we get 100%. Even in the UK, 100% literate. However, according to what we gather from the argument that the main opposition they say why the government not come with the Sexual Offences Act of 2012 and give them all this power the president they asked for. Again, why the documents not be there in time for make them read them? I should be hearing from Honorable Daniel Kuruma where they say in fact the caption different, the caption gets some mismatch when it comes to the exact date. So the long and short of it is that that's Solomon for the judge. Because me and you now vote some more votes for the MP than they, but the major public and then votes for them. And I want to be judgmental here.
Okay, now come to Johnny Paul Kuruma. You don't listen. Of course, you know, being in a parliament, but you don't listen to the reports, waiting happen, and waiting how you take the different argument them from different members of parliament for Sika, for grief for this proclamation by the president or not.
Sometimes the way can come to issues we get for do with parliament and especially we get for do with areas outside in the evoke standing orders, outside in the evoke parliamentary policies. Sometimes somebody has to be very much careful for say something in that area. But if I speak as a layman, not as a politician, not as a parliamentarian, I know say when normally they say meetings, and as it was declared by the leader of government business, it say by 2/3 majority in support or against the motion staged in parliament. I wasn't there, and I'm sure the speaker, not to blind man, sorry for that, not to blind man, it see the vote the way they come, other than listening to the voice from waiting I observe there, say they just follow the voice, the louder the voice, and so the speaker follow. And being it that the speaker who we get, the current speaker is well educated and you understand the rules and policies where the parliamentary parliament they go by, I think say you get to take a decision way better for the people other than following just the voice of the leadership. If we observe, based on my observation, it started back in the previous parliament, the 4th parliament. Now we come to the 5th parliament. And as sure the people vote for a change. And the one for let that change they be effective, not only to the one that we did at the helm of affairs, but let it reflect the people, let it reflect the development of the country. And also it start right from the one that we did for develop policies, for make policies. If them by themselves don't begin fly out to the rules, then I wonder how we get for happen, which we weighed it down.
But somebody asks whose rules will them fly out?
Well, the 2/3 majority.
Okay.
I wasn't there. The 2/3 majority, of course. If they don't say let be a 2/3 majority, then perhaps based on why is not the for why is not the order, decide not to take the other. I mean, not to follow that kind of rule. They waiting for happen. And from waiting, I look at dictionary definition of what a state of emergency is. It's a state of emergency is a situation of national danger or disaster in which a government suspends normal constitutional procedures in order to regain control. All right? I'm not sure, like I say, me not a legal person. I'm not happy for interpret any of these rules or any law. The one the way they for interpreter. But looking at the English generally, short that no sooner the government don't say, the president don't say this one is declared this way. I should say waiting the other parts perhaps go afraid. Now for make them all go use them for arrest other people the way they no want for. It means the government can say, I mean the president can say anything, na do so thing to him at any time, even to the point that let we kill him. You know, now that make a try for look at this one. And when I listen to somebody quotes the statement made by the Honorable Kanda Yumkela, and all the other one the way we talk, now the parliament, now the way we listen, all Monday in support of decisions, hard decisions on the perpetrators of this rape and sexual violence. So if all man support, but all man they against certain aspects, I feel saying that the rights of the government for go back and look into the will of the people, because they are the representatives of the people there. They're not going for a policy come and by, we will affect them or affect them people and then constituent.
Okay.
So therefore, they have to be very much careful. So if now they not listen their voice, it means they not listen the voice of them people.
Okay, continue for the with we. I see Melvin one coming. Yes, quickly.
Yeah, I mean, my brother raised some pertinent issues where I want to talk quickly on, but I'm not quickly raise the fact that from what we listen from Bulem, if we repeat the part back on the voices, it seems as if the government bench, from what we hear, being gets more voices than the opposition bench. However, why? Well, this is the secret. The government bench, some man be hold microphone, while on the opposition bench, some people not be hold microphone. So then we get a louder voice.
That's the point I say. But
I'm not content with none of your points, my brother. The only thing I say, the discretion, again, I use the word discretion there on the part of the speaker for say, okay, we're two there, so not going to vote. But again, my brother raised another serious issue as to whether for justify the 2/3 majority. And again, for watch out within the constitution as the understanding order in the constitution say.
Okay, quickly. I'm not cut you, Melvin. Let me just take within some of we listeners. Them would send text messages. Say this one also they say good morning, Radio Democracy. You guys are doing a great job by bringing to this madness in Parliament. Enough is enough. This one here, so they say we are 100% in support of the fight against rape and sexual violence. What we are against is the declaration of a state of emergency. They want to misuse the SOE. What we should have done is amend and strengthen the laws to the most pressing issues now are economic hardship in the country. What a shame. This one here, so they say Radio Democracy, I want to introduce okay, well, this is not a part of what we talk. Well, okay, we take more message them. This one also they say there is no way the SLPP voice was louder than that of the APC in Parliament. Johnny Paul should stop being biased and talk like a positive Sierra Leonean. This one here, so they say, please, Abdullah, tell your honorable na constituent. Okay, well, not that we talk on now. We go talk on that later when you concern we get from your community. Of course, this now some of waiting we listeners them get. Of course, I go on our Facebook page now. This one here, so they say the test of our progress in Sierra Leone is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have little. Resolve not to be poor, whatever. Well, I don't know what this process is for talk, but well, they continue the program as we not get much time. That now waiting some of we listeners them get for say inside the program. We not get much time now. They come to me to guess them quickly. Melvin, the house like seemingly waiting happened yesterday. The speaker been like virtually been trying for escape the confusion and be adjourn the house the sitting to Tuesday when the 26th February, and we not get anything clear say the proclamation of the president don't become law, even though agree for the one them we say aye from the SLPP side. What in this mean? What did you expect Tuesday?
Well, I'd expect the unexpected firstly, but it should say the Parliament of Saloni for do deeper consultation, because what we see, so the House been stand down for over close to 2 hours, and they go do the Speaker asked for deeper consideration. I feel certain therefore don't be before than after, but nonetheless, again, I think so for commend the Speaker, because unlike this program we don't see on the last time where they criticize the Deputy Speaker for being too militant. Yesterday, I think the Speaker was not pauper. He tried his best as an old man, and he used his experience for preside without any chaos. So I think say we forgive that credit day. But nonetheless, like some texters then they say, this na Solomon don't cause this palaver na parliament. We get an unmajored parliament where them bookman and they call Ong Parliament. We are in the one that we Boku, and they in opposition, the one that we smaller and they in governance. So waiting Westminster Foundation and other advocates and they say we need to get cross-party cooperation. That seems to be lacking, and I go agree to some extent. Say pauper seem for the bulldoze their way using lapses in the constitution, because if we go back to the commissions of inquiry, the commissions of inquiry come into effect as a result of portraying the constitution, whether 2/3. If you not get time, the constitution not talk. Waiting go happen next.
Waiting for happen might not be good for us.
I'm afraid we not get time again inside the program. That na Johnny Paul Kuruma. I want to say plenty thank you for your comments them inside the program. And before we will get Melvin Tijan Mansare, we a parliamentary analyst, same way so a commentator, of course, a reporter from Parliament. Well, now yes, so this edition of the program Inside Parliament go tap for today from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. I want to please thank you to me technician. We make you they get all the sound them. We na DJ Freaky. We don't give technical support, and to we Facebook team Moses Kavura. We don't make you see we live na Facebook and YouTube. And for say plenty thank you to you we don't listen. And on behalf of me, we produce and present this program Abdullah Blah. So the next time with this program, I will come to you again. For now,